Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I am spiritual medium Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything. I want to say hi to everybody. I've been gone for a while. I've had a lot of guests on. So today I'm doing it solo, which will be a lot of fun because I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. And we're going to talk astrology. But first, let me say hello to everybody. So it's so sweet. It's so sweet. Hi, Stacy Thompson. You're always the first one up there. I like your Christmas tree and your Christmas decorations there. Hi, Sarah Stone. Hi, Amy. Hi, Renee Martinez. Thanks for telling me about that Goop show the other day about the family constellation. I do appreciate that very much. Hi, Alicia. Hope all is well. All is well. It's been a busy time. Hi, Tina Marie. Hi, Tracy. Nice to see you too. Hi, Elizabeth Preston. Elizabeth, I have to ask you, since you're a horse person, are you watching Yellowstone? I'd like to know if anybody else is watching it. I know a lot of people must be. It is some show. You want to talk about dysfunctional families, but it's all set in Montana. Oh, it's really beautiful with the horses. So I thought of you, Elizabeth. If you're watching, let me know. I'd like to know who is watching this show. It's like a whole deal now. Hi, Lizette. Hi, Steve Kanicki. You are from Monica, Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. And I do want to answer. You had a question about a black dog, and I am gonna discuss that. Happy Thursday, Renee. Oh, from Sturgeon Bay. Hi, Laura Hoffman from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Yay. Hey, Amy, Julie. Hey, Shannon from Georgia. Hey, David Vigiano. So David told me about something very special today. Today is, I have to look it up, David, because it was so interesting. Today's date, 12. So it's 1-2. Um, People are sending me texts for readings. Sorry about that. But this is really interesting. So today is 12/02/2021. So the numbers are 12/02/2021. And that is actually a palindrome, which is, left to right. You can read it. And it's interesting because today is a very powerful day. Today is December 2nd, 2021. And it does bring a lot of twos in that energies. And twos are often new beginnings, partnerships, things like that. And we're going to talk astrologically what's going on because it's going to be a heck of a month. Really. Hi, Lori Counts. Hey, they're saying hi to you, Renee. Hi, Renee. Hi, Patty Weeks from Big Bear. I look forward to seeing you, Patty. Hi, Kathy Gonzalez. So I'd love to say hi to everybody, but I'm going to start with some astrology. So, shall we? So, this is going to be a December to remember in a lot of ways because it's going to keep us on our toes. There are so many aspects to this month that it's going to keep you might be in a state of, oh my gosh, what's next? What's next? That kind of energy. It's going to be a very tough energy because it's all about transformation, and ultimately it gets us to the other side of not on the other side but on the other side of where if we're stuck now it moves us along, and that's really what eclipses are about. And yesterday on the 1st of December, we had Neptune in Pisces. It turned direct. So now the veil is off. It means that when Neptune is the dreamy planet, when the veil is off, we can start to see things a little clearer, a little clearer. So your dreams may be even more clear, more vivid. Pay attention to your dreams, write them down because they're giving you messages. It's your own psyche, your own higher self, things that need to come out now, things that maybe you've been holding on to for a long time. It's that kind of energy that your dreams will be telling you. So pay attention to your dreams, um, definitely. And because Neptune rules water also. And so pay attention to in dreams, especially if you're dreaming about water, because water is our emotions. So whenever we have a dream about water, it's going to be about our emotions, what's going on. If it's frozen, what are we stuck in? If it's a lot of, if you're in the deep ocean, It's something that you're navigating, something that is pretty much deep emotions that'll be coming out for you. So pay attention. But there's so many big news here items, but let's start with December 4th. So December 3rd, actually, about 11 p.m. Pacific time, around, I might be off by that, but around until the next morning, about 2 or 3 in the morning, we have new moon solar eclipse. You cannot see it anywhere except in Antarctica. So unless you're there, don't worry about staying up late to watch this one. In fact, don't. This one it's in Sagittarius. So many important things about this eclipse. The original line, the Sagittarius Gemini axis point for this eclipse began in May, I think it was May 5th of 2020. So if you look at your life where you were in May of 2020, all of us collectively, with the virus, with COVID, we kind of went down. Remember, there was lockdown and there was all kinds of misinformation and intensity, and we didn't know how we were going to survive, if we were going to get out of that. We didn't know. We were just beginning down into that. And that eclipse, that Sagittarius Gemini eclipse, is what brought a lot of this on. And now we have the last of that Sagittarius Gemini eclipse currently this weekend, okay, Friday, Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. And so this is also interesting enough. Um, it's on the access point, it's on the south node, and the south node usually means, and it does mean, endings, but a new moon eclipse means new beginnings. So it's a little confusing, but it means that there'll be a lot of endings and a giant beginning coming up for everybody. But for me, it also portends, if you will, to bring in this Omicron virus. Because if I look at the history of May of 2020, and I feel that it's going to happen here, and it's already started to come in. And I think that we're going to get hit with a wave of that, actually. Is it going to prevent us from traveling? I sure hope not, because this is a grandma that's got to go. I have a trip I have to go to, so I hope not. But it does seem that it could bring some element of that into our life again in kind of a big way. And that I do feel that we come out of all of this in April of 22, not all of it, but a lot of it, life starts to get somewhat normal again. But I really feel that we're headed into some area of this December because there's so much going on, so many aspects this month with beginning with this eclipse. The other important thing about this eclipse is that it's at 12 degrees Sagittarius. And why is that important? Because it's the exact degree of the ascendant of the United States. And so in astrology, we have the sun, like I'm a Virgo sun. We have a moon, my moon's in Cancer, and we have a rising. My rising is Leo. And a rising is how we are out in the world, what we are out in the world. And the United States rising or ascendant is at 12 degrees Sagittarius, right where this eclipse point hits. Now, to tell you how important that is, the eclipse we had in August of 2017 hit my ascendant at the exact note, the same exact degree, and my whole life began to change. From that eclipse that we had in August of 2017, my entire life changed. I couldn't believe it. So I think that we're going to see some major change in the United States come up. And also, and I talked about this on Monday, and I'll talk about this as we get closer to it. But in February of 2022, there's going to be a rare transit, and that's Pluto has a Pluto. It's the Pluto return, and that hasn't happened in 276 years, or 246 years. And 246 years ago was 1776, Declaration of Independence, July 4th, the birth of the United States. And so, having said that, there's a connection with this eclipse. So I really feel that when we get to The United States in 2022, the United States is going to have some big surges of change. I really believe that we're going to have a lot of change. So, this eclipse that's coming up, here's something to do, a lot of things to do. But as James and I were talking on Monday, it's really a time, if you're going to start a cleanse, this is a perfect time for that. Because with an eclipse, you don't want to eat that much. You really want to watch your digestion. So it's something that you go to bed early, really don't drink alcohol, you eat mildly, little bits. Just watch, be mindful of your food and drinks. Okay. And then be mindful of your thoughts, because thoughts are things. You really want to watch your actions. But and another really important thing is you want to set your intentions. So what does that look like? How do we set our intentions? Well, because this eclipse has an ending note and a new beginning, let's look at this as, what can I let go of that I've held on, whether it's jealousy, anger, um, not going to the doctor, things that you know better about that you need to take care of. Let go of things that are, forgive yourself, forgive others if you can. It's a great time for that energetically, to let it go. And when you do that, you actually bring more energy to your system and more room, if you will, in your mind. And who can't use a little more mind power? So it's a great time to meditate this week, Friday, Saturday, great time for that. And it's a really good time to rest. So I would say that this eclipse is going to bring us all some big transformation. It is about transformation. And that's just one aspect of this month. Because then another interesting aspect that I find interesting anyway is that almost through the entire month, beginning on December 11th, Venus is going to be conjunct Pluto. So if you look out at the in the stars, you'll be able to see Venus next to Pluto. And that's going to make things very intense, because Venus is love and emotions, and Pluto kind of shows you the underbelly of things. So it might be a pretty intense month in relationships, actually. Hidden things could come out this month. And by the way, eclipses also bring out hidden things. Just saying, it's going to be a monster of a month. And it might make people very uncomfortable, actually. And that's for the whole month, that aspect. I'm telling you, there's all astrologers right now are looking at this month going, what in the fuck? This is something else this month. Okay, I got that out of my system. December 13th, Mars enters Sagittarius. And with our moon in Sagittarius, our sun in Sagittarius, and then you add Mars to the picture, that's explosive. It's all intense. So if you happen to get frustrated, can it? Watch it. Watch your thoughts and your actions, because Sagittarius rules foot and mouth. They just come out with the damnedest things. They don't think first and they just say it. It's not that they're wrong, but they just don't have any finesse around saying it, things, whatever it is. So, and it brings out a lot of passion for things. If you're feeling this way or if you're feeling that way, a lot of enthusiasm. Um, so that's going to be an intense day. Okay. The same day, December 13th, Mercury enters Capricorn. Mercury is the fastest moving planet, and it's about communications. Um, and when it goes into Capricorn, it actually helps us get a little clearer, because Capricorn wants to see things clearly. So it'll be an interesting time there. And I'm not done yet. On December 18th, we have Venus retrograde in Capricorn for 40 days. Now, Venus normally, no, it never does 40 days. 40 days is a long time. If you think about it, like in the Bible, right? 40 days, 40 nights. It's an awful lot. It's just highly unusual. So, but Capricorn makes everything practical. Capricorn is the practical thing. It's the goat. It's the practical. it's not romantic. So if you're in a relationship, it might look like, what are we going to spend money on? Let's be practical here. Let's be practical in the relationship. And it's going to be a very interesting time again for relationships. Some people will feel very secure during this time because they need a Capricorn sensibility, and it has great sensibility. Then on December 19th, there's a full moon in Gemini to go along with this Sagittarius Gemini eclipse. And that ought to be it's going to make a lot of people very restless, that full moon. And we'll talk about that as we get a little closer because that's going to be pretty intense. And then on December 19th, Chiron turns direct. Chiron is the wounded healer, and it turns direct in Aries. And it's been retrograde since July 15th. So it's really an important time that it's turning direct. And it's also about letting go of unhealthy attachments. So let's say you've been in a relationship with friends or family, love relationship that really is unhealthy. This may be a time with all these eclipses that you make some other choices. We'll just say it like that. Um, it's about restoring your own sense, your own self, you know. Uh, and then, of course, the December 21st, we have the winter solstice and Sun enters Capricorn, which things will get more practical. But two other big ticket items this month is December 23rd and 24th. On December 23rd and 24th, Saturn squares Uranus for the third time, and it's the most powerful time. So Saturn is about rules, it's about boundaries, restrictions, government. Uranus, on the other hand, is revolution. It's freedom, it's liberation. It's, like rules versus freedom here. And when these two titans go after each other for the third and final time at the end of the year, along with this eclipse and all these other aspects, this could be a crisis. This could be a crisis. It doesn't mean that it happens on that day, just like the eclipse. The eclipse, by the way, will last for 6 months. It's 6 months. So this period, though, will be very intense. I mean, I think this month is going to be extremely intense. And at the end of the month, December 28th, Jupiter finally goes direct I'm sorry, goes into Pisces. I'm sorry, goes into Pisces. And that actually opens up our hearts a lot more. But and that's a good sign. But there's so much in between this December that can make for us to have transformation. We are all going to have I feel like everybody's going to have this new life, or the way they think. Belief systems will change. Belief systems will change. So I believe that people will get more spiritual, frankly, as a result of kind of a lot of this shakeups that I see that'll happen. It's going to be an interesting holiday time, I'll tell you that. And I know my daughter Holiday is watching this going, "You better be there, Mom." Don't worry, honey. COVID's got nothing on me. I'll be there. So I'm a Gigi on the go. But anyway, so it's going to be, I think, a very intense time. But anyway, so now I'm going to answer some questions and then I will do some readings, okay? So I hope if you have any questions astrologically, let me know. Oh, and let me say this. If you were born, like my sister just saying, on December 4th, whoa, that is going to be a powerful time. But if you were born the 2nd of December, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, hell, anytime in December, but during that period, it's pretty intense. Your life's going to change. It has to. It's got to change, you know. Um, Hi, Karen Ann from Ohio. Hi, Karen. How are you? Unrest, more illness for the hubby. Oh, I'm sorry. All seems to be the pattern the last couple of years. Will the months ahead be calmer and positive, particularly interested in my husband and daughter's health issues and my job? We need positive change and relief. I would say that all of you will get to the next level of where you're supposed to be. And I think what I mean by that is this is going to be not an easy month for anybody. And a lot of people have asked, and it's a really good question. And I have to answer this question. It's going to answer that question, Karen. So Tippy Landis said, "Thank you for posting the astrological forecast each month. I would like to know if there was ever a year that was close to perfect or really positive." It just seems like the past 2 years have been very intense and unstable, or is this normal? Thank you. So I remember I started doing these astrological reports because my friends and family would say, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, "Why is this? What's going on?" And so I just started doing them. James would always call and say, "I need to know, or can you tell me about this?" Or my friends want to know, and what did Kellee say? So I started doing these years ago. And what I discovered in 2015, I'll never forget, my husband and I were at dinner. It was a New Year's Eve dinner with our friends Larry and Brenda. Larry, if you guys are watching, we were having dinner, and Larry very innocently said, "Well, tell me what's going on, in the universe." I said, this was 2015 in December. I said, "Oh, Larry, this year coming up, it's going to be rough," which was 2016. "This is going to be really rough." He kept saying, "Really?" I said, "Oh, yeah, a lot of change is going to happen." And then, of course, there was a tremendous amount of change. And the following year, he's asked me again. I said, "Oh, it's going to be rough. It's going to be really rough." And then he said, I don't think he wants to ask me anymore. So here's how I'm going to answer this question. We have several years ahead of change. And when there's change, and we all wanted to be here for this lifetime, we all wanted to be here for this big change. So we can view it as, wow, this is an e-ticket. How lucky did we get to be born during this time? And that's the way I choose to view this. And I think everybody should. And I think that's going to help us, because is it going to get easier? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I think it's not. It's going to be what it's going to be. I think that we're all here to learn about who we are as a soul, to get soul strength here. So I would say, don't waste any time worrying about things. Don't waste any time. I think that every moment is precious, and I would say make each day count for every single thing. And were there ever easier years? I have to say that there must have been. I don't recall them, but there must have been some easier years if you look back. I love Renee Hounsel says, "I'm going to make 10-foot mural that says my soul chose to be here just to remind myself this month." Please do make a big graphic and I'll post it on my site, Renee, because I think people need to be remembered, to be mindful of that, to remember that. So Tracy Hildreth says, "Is this crazy month of December good for finding a job? I've been settling clear intentions for the last couple of months." Yes, here's why it's good, because the old and the new are like ending and beginning. January actually should be a great month for that. And I would start definitely now. Something will change because there's going to be um, a lot of openings, a lot of endings. So this is, if you are looking for a new job, um, I think this is going to be a really great time for that. I do. Okay. So your daughter's birthday, Milana Stan says, "My daughter's birthday is on 12/12." So 12/12, uh, that is it's a lot of ones and twos, a lot of new beginnings for her. 12/12, and that is a six of clubs. So she's got to find purpose in her life, and she will. She will. She's probably young. She will. Is this a time for new souls to come in? If so, why? Gina Knapp. Thank you, Gina, for that question. It sure is. If you notice, well, maybe here's I have so many clients, they'll say to me, "I don't know how I got pregnant. I don't know. All of a sudden I got pregnant. I wasn't trying it. I had no idea." And these souls want to come in. These babies, these souls are not babies. They're like bringers of light. A lot of them are star seed children, souls, I should say, that we need to be here during this time and want to be here during this time. And so they're going to be different than even in the babies that were born during the pandemic. I mean, during 2020, I thought, wow, what brave souls, these souls that are coming in now, they're so damn brave. Like, I don't think I would have been able to do that. Um, but these other ones that are coming in too, really special babies, they all want to be here for this. They want to be here so they can do their soul's work here. And so they will, a lot of babies are going to come in here, but that's a really good question. They do want to be here. And there was another question somebody asked, a lot of really good questions that people have asked about, and I have to answer some of these here. Um, let's see. Julie West asked a really good question. She said, "I was thinking of the homeless people and our vets that are left all alone. So when they pass, do they see their families, or are they greeted by other souls that have gone through the same kind of life?" Such a great question. We're never alone when we pass. So let me everybody needs to know that. Frankly, we're never alone, period. We all have guides and angels and loved ones that are a thought away. Okay. But vets and homeless people that are left alone have very high guides, and they're never alone. Either a family member will come or their guides will be here. So you never have to worry about that. Okay. Nobody ever passes alone, ever, 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 ever. Laura Parmley Hoffman, is the veil thin right now? I don't think it's that thin as it was in October, and November. However, on the winter solstice on December 21st, it's a very powerful angelic day as we prepare for the end of the year. That day brings in, it's not a thin veil, but what it does is it brings in this energy of the angels. It's a very powerful day, that 21st, December 21st. Really powerful day. Um, Callie Langston Watson, any forecast on me as an energy healer or medium? Well, let me have your birthday, Callie, but just the fact that your name is Callie, because that's that really powerful deity, it brings in a tremendous amount of power. And with Chiron, the wounded healer that's going direct, I would say that all healers right now are going to get a special dose of healing energy to help them with the work that they do, as mediums too. I mean, this is a great time to be working as a medium, to be working on letting go of anything that would hold you back from doing your spiritual work. And I would always say take classes with at James Van Prague's Mystical School. He's got the best classes there, fabulous classes there. So just make sure you're doing that. Okay, so Trish McCowan. Hi, Kelly. I'm anxious lately and feeling not settled. I am coming up of the 1 year on December 31st of your mom's passing. I wish she had a message for me. My date of birth is 6/25. So, Trish, let me just say this. That 1 year anniversary is really an important one, isn't it? It is for all of us who have had loss, which is probably all of us. It's a big one, that 1 year anniversary. And on December 31st, which is really interesting right then and there, right? And I know she wants me to tell you she's doing fine. She looks like she's having a ball with her parents. So she doesn't want you to worry, okay? And it looks like there's a brother. Do you have a brother, Trish? Because I feel that she wants to give a message to him too. So just know that everything is okay. She's good. She's just good. And your birthday on 6/25 is all about change and change. So this is a good year, should be a good year coming up. Celebrate your mom. I know that day, December 31st this year, is actually going to be an intense one, probably for everybody, frankly. But set a place for your mom. Talk to your mom. Light a candle. She's right there with you, honey. That's a hard one to lose your mom, isn't it? That was hard for me, really hard. I know that one. She was close to your oldest son. That's it. Then give a message to him. Okay, for sure. I knew there was a male there that she had to do that for. Um, okay. So let's see here. Um, Paul Katz. Hi, Paul. My birthday is 6/6/1970. I feel like I've been stuck for about 4 years. And while I know how to get unstuck, it seems like the pandemic is keeping me trapped, so to speak. We got to break out of that, Paul, for sure. So 6/6, June 6th. Oh, Jack of Diamonds. Uh, You're stuck? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Are you in sales? You got to be in sales or doing something creative, because if you're stuck, something's off here. I'll tell you this, there will be so much change for you going forward. I would say lean into the change, and I would say yes to every single thing that comes your way, because of all people, you have energy for life. You have this abundance of energy. For you to get stuck, doesn't make sense. Did somebody, it just doesn't make sense to me. Jack of Diamonds always can figure out a creative way. So just go for it. Okay. Untrap yourself. There you go. Um, okay. Let's see. Jody Marcucci. How do I find financial freedom as well as I find my God given purpose to give back? And your birthday is January 17th. Oh, January 17th is a great day. That's the 10 of Diamonds day. So, in fact, 10 of Diamonds always comes back for financial freedom. Always. What do you do? Because often what I find, Jody, are people with that birth date. They always, it seems to me, many of them come in as therapists, or they go back to school to be a therapist or a social worker, or that's how they end up making money and also helping others. Okay, you can do it. You can do it. By the way, I didn't go back to grad school till I was 52, so anybody can do anything here. Okay. Arlene Doeber, she says, I'm taking a JVB class on a spiritual counselor. Will I be successful in helping others? Oh, you will, Arlene, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, you've been through a lot in life. I know that. You've been through a lot. And I think you would be a fabulous counselor. People who have been through really rough times or difficult times, which so many of us have, make us more compassionate for others, and it just puts out it's easier to help people almost on some level. Yeah, you'll be a great spiritual counselor. Go, go, go. Okay. So Paul says, I'm not in sales, but have a paycheck day job. I've been in forever. I'm more of an artist healer type and want to live and work in that arena. Thank you for the insight. Maybe I'm not as stuck as I think. No, you're not. You're definitely not. Definitely use that artisan healer type and go for it. Remember, just don't waste any time. Just go for it. So, hi, Susie Wright. I have a December birthday, and you're really struggling right now for my family. I saw that your grandson is in the hospital. He said he was critically ill. I'm really sorry, Susie, to hear that. I was actually sending a lot of loving prayers to him earlier when I read that. Just want you to know that. Um, so you are 12/14. So December 14 is a four of clubs like me. And it's always an interesting one. But the December issue right now, there'll be a lot of change in your life coming up because of all the planetary aspects of this month should propel you, Susie. I would say this about everything: worry less. Worrying doesn't help things. Breathe, send a lot of love, and start having that real big faith that a four of clubs has to have in this lifetime. You have to have it. I would say observe with detachment everything. And that's for everybody. Observe with detachment. Okay. So Rachel Rogertson, my birthday is 12/14. That we were just talking about that I work in aviation, and man, has it been brutal. Do you see change over the next year? Wow, Rachel. It has been brutal, I bet. Aviation has been so tough. Now you're a four of clubs too. Now I'm a four of clubs, and we just established that Susie is a four of clubs. Four of clubs can take a lot. They can take a lot. They also make huge changes when they make a change, like over is over, like that. Done is done. And then they move on to the next new adventure. And I suspect because you're about what, 35, 36, that you'll be making a big change for next year. And that change would probably be either leaving the aviation field, probably doing something like that, and something where you're helping others in service of helping others, or eventually four clubs always get there. They have to help. They just have to help mankind. It's part of the package there. Um, but good for you. Four clubs comes to work. They're workers. Um, True. So, hi, Gloria. So, Louis is on 11/19. So, his birthday was on the eclipse. Oh, Gloria. His birthday was on the lunar eclipse. And so, I would say with him, I'm just going to say it out loud, if he is going to retire. This year might actually make that happen to him. Lynn Selke, hi Kelly. Do you see me changing jobs in 2022? I am in elementary education, and your birthday is on 2/24. So 2/24, right near that Pluto return, right there. So let's see. Now you're an Ace of Diamonds. Ace of Diamonds, um, they make a lot of change, and it always has to do with financial change. So, do you want to go into a different field? If you do, 2022 would be the year to do it. Anybody who wants to make a big leap, 2022 is the now, and 2022 is the time to make a big leap. This is what I think a lot of people are going to do. Um, So let's see. Let me see. Crystal Leahoa Packlib says, Aloha from Hawaii. I wanted to know if you can sense or see if I'm pregnant right now. Please, my birthday is October 5th. October 5th, Four of Diamonds. I don't know. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to choose a power of love. You know what? You might be. I think you are pregnant. I just got that thing. I think you are pregnant, honey. I think you are pregnant. I just got a hit on that. Wow, let's see. What does the card say? Purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. So I have a feeling you might be pregnant. I do. Interesting. A lot of these babies are coming in now. A lot of these babies are just coming in now. Hi, Maura. Hi, Kelly. My birthday is 8/3, and I've been wondering what's in store for me professionally. I have been in the same industry all my life. So, August 3rd is 10 of diamonds. So I'm not sure what industry you've been in, but a 10 of diamonds always has to feel secure financially. The other weird part of a 10 of diamonds is they have to help others. So at some point, you probably go into that profession of helping others. That's what I would think. And again, this is a month of thinking about what have I not done in my life that I want to do in my life. That's what this year is about. That's what this month is about. What do I need to add? Where do I want to make a change? Do I want to be in this relationship? Do I want to uh, change professions? That's where we are getting into this next phase. This is a really powerful time for everybody. Um, And before I forget, I don't want to forget this, but I have to say this, that I know Steve Kanicki, you had asked me up, you had had a dream, or no, it wasn't a dream. You saw a black dog when you were about 4 years old. And I would say that that represents definitely a totem for you, some sort of um, spirit animal that was trying to get your attention because he said your name very clearly. You remembered it. It wasn't anything to be scared of at all. You just were able to see him during that period of time. But I think that's like some sort of a totem for you, some sort of a special relationship that you have. Do you have a special connection to dogs? I'd wonder that. Um, Cat feathers, I'm so wanting to change professions. Okay, this is the time. So wanting to, so be it. Start doing it. You know, this is definitely time to do it. Lynn Bailey, holy cow, you are in my head. Should I change jobs? If you have been thinking about it, then this would be the time to do it. It's don't get stuck. You don't also have to make a leap if it's not the right one. But there is such a thing as taking a leap of faith too. There is something about that. If God knows, I've taken beyond many leaps of faith. Too many to even think about. Um, I don't know. I just kept leaping. Um, um, okay, Carol Hernandez. I'm stuck in depression. 8564. When will I get out of this? When would you like to be out of this, Carol? Because stuck in depression, and you are on 8/5, August 5th, Eight of Diamonds. So Eight of Diamonds likes things a certain way. And Eight of Diamonds always has to help others too. Getting out of depression could be talking to somebody else instead about somebody else and helping somebody else. When you help somebody else, it actually helps you out. Okay, because unless it's a medical depression, I hate to say this, but it's often anger turned inward. Are you angry at something or somebody, or did you have an expectation that things would be different and they were not? And that's when you have to take control of your own life and go, what the fuck? I'm better than this. I can get out of this. And that's how you have to think. Okay. Okay. So I hope that helps. Um, let's see. Um, okay, Sharon Mohrbacher. My birthday is February 18th. So February 18 is a 7 of diamonds. And she says, I might have to change jobs for financial reasons. 7 of diamonds, they call that the millionaire's card. But I love my job. I don't really want to change. I feel like I'm where I belong. If for some reason you had to change, if you don't have to, great. But if you had to, know the universe has your back. It's not arbitrary and capricious. It doesn't just drop you off nowhere. It brings you to a level where you have to figure things out so your soul can grow. And all this change that's going on is about growing our soul. That's what it is. So that's important. So Joanne Wilson says, I'm a 5 of diamonds and still trying to gain self-esteem and confidence, which is a 5 of diamonds. That's their goal in this lifetime. Going to be alone for the first time at Christmas. Any thoughts on keeping my head above water? Yes. You know what, Joanne? Reach out to, do you have some friends that you can reach out to? I know that last year that's what we did. That's what I did. I actually did a lot of Zooms. A lot. Um, I mean, I think that's probably one of the greatest things that you can do. And you can also, go inward. It's a great time to go inward too, as you get to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself. And as Dr. Shirley always says to me, I love being alone. It's my favorite thing ever. So it's all attitude. Everything is attitude. But reach out to people that will bring you some comfort. Okay. Also at the same time. And know that all of this is temporary, right? All of this is temporary. It's going to change again. Sarah Van Vonderen, that is a name. Bressers, 1223. I would love a reading. So on 1223, so you're like, your birthday. I don't mean to laugh, but you're right at that square, honey. You're right at that Saturn Uranus square, right on it. So you are an 8 of hearts. 8 of hearts is out in the public. They big emotions. They make great therapists, actually, and I, they're just really. It's one of my favorite placements. Now, and it's power. It's about power. Now, having said that, your birthday is right at that place of 2 squares, the Uranus and Saturn square, like this. So I think for you, it's going to go, how do I want my life to be? Do I want to be the old, which is the Saturn way of thinking? Some people like to choose that because it's comfort for them. Or do you want to go with the new Uranus thinking, which is new age, this out of the box? That's going to be where you're going to stand this year. Okay. And I have to say, your soul wanted to be here during this time period. Okay. Um, so there you go. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We're going kind of fast. I'm going as fast as I can. Um, let's see. Wanda Mann, July 21st. So Wanda, July 21 is a 7 of clubs. 7 of clubs comes for learning all about spirituality, frankly. But let's get a card. And these are James Van Prague's Power of Love cards. I love these cards. These are some of my favorite. These are activation cards. So I'm going to get a card for you, Wanda. This card is Evolution. Interesting. Evolution. Look at that. You realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. Okay. So no worries. No worries. Everybody's soul is in a process of evolution right now. So that's a good one. Okay. And Marge Curry, I'm going to give you a reading on 10/7 is your birthday. 10/7. So 10/7 is a 2 of diamonds. And 2 of diamonds is partnership. Usually in a business, it's partnership. In a marriage, they usually are not alone. They always come in. So I'm going to assume that you're married or in a partnership with somebody. And it's 2 of diamonds always is here, very creative and very psychic, very psychic. So let me get you a card there, Marge. Here we go. Gratitude. Oh, that's a great card here from James. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Oh, that's a really good one. Okay. Um, let's see. Kathy Willem, hi, struggling a lot. Can you give me some hope? Absolutely. Absolutely, Kathy. So 1025. So 1025. If you can, everybody put your year down too when you instead of just your birth date. Only it gives me a sense of where you are with everything. So 1025, October 25th is a 10 of hearts. All right, Kathy. So here's the thing with the 10 of hearts. I'm going to lean in for this one. 10 of hearts comes to learn about themselves. So you're struggling. So here's what I would suggest: find a therapist, learn about yourself. It would This is a great time. It's a grand time to learn everything you can about you. And because a Ten of Hearts is actually also here for the public. Are you an actor or a performer? I find a lot of them, actors, performers, are real creativeness. There's a real creative piece here with that. Do start doing something that gets your soul back to joy again, whether it's music, dancing, living again. Okay, that will help a lot. Okay, let's get you a card here too. All right, I'm going to get a card for you. And these are from James's The Power of Love. Okay, integrity. Here's the card for you: integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. There you go, honey. I hope that helps. I know that a lot of people are struggling right now. Believe me, I know that. I really do know that. It's what I do. Okay, Lori Van Leer. Okay, I have to say this, Lori. Same as my birthday, 9/20, 1960. I'm a little older than you are. Um, that's again a four of clubs. Four of clubs comes for knowledge. We have to know everything about everything. It's a big one for knowledge. And also they're the workhorses. So I know that you work a lot. Very psychic, very practical and down to earth. It's a it's one I'm used to the most. It's me. But here's a card from James. Here we go. And this is a word I used earlier: detachment. James, I love this cards. Okay, so detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Okay, Lori, so I hope that makes sense in your life right now. Okay. Kathy says, yes, music and massage therapist. Perfect. You might be, Kathy, picking up other people's stuff as a massage therapist. So I hope if you are doing that, I want you to really think about this. What I tell all my people that do any kind of body work: make sure you're taking a bath with Epsom salt and baking soda and apple cider vinegar to pour everything out, or and some good uh, lavender scent or something in there to help with releasing of the toxins of pulling when people stuff in. That's a lot of people do that. Um, okay, Linda Reynolds. Hi, Kellee. 8-5. Can I get a card, please? Yes, on 8-5. We just had another 8-5. Didn't we? Yeah, Eight of Diamonds. Eight of Diamonds. It's a very powerful card. They're the ones that come to have success in this life. It's actually important on some level. The women tend to be long suffering, so I hope that's not you. They tend to take on a lot of traits that they don't need to take on. But here, I'm going to get you a card from the Power of Love. Says priorities. Priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. I hope that is important for you here. Manifest love in all area. Oh, Leanne says my husband has an extremely rare cancer. His birthday is December 28th. Now that's very interesting, Leanne. First of all, I'm sorry that that is the case. Interesting. December 28th. December 28th is a three of hearts. So he's here to experience emotion on a lot of levels here. um, I bet you he learns a lot about himself during this time. Whenever cancer comes into the body, it's always about learning. The soul has to learn something, is here to learn something. And I think that, and Jupiter goes, that's interesting, into Pisces that day. That's going to be a really interesting year for him. And I think he recovers from that. I do. I think he recovers from that. All right. It's there for a reason. Interesting. Let me get him a card. I'm going to get a card for him. Interesting. Purpose. Purpose. You possess a determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. And I'm wondering if this purpose of this cancer has a purpose. Cancer has a purpose here for sure. And I have to answer this question too that somebody asked me earlier today, which I thought was it was a good one. It's from Deb Robelli. I don't know if I'm going to say her name right. She says, my mother-in-law has late stage dementia. My husband wonders what a soul within a 3D body, within a body, where the brain is no longer functioning at an adult level, is learning from the experience. In other words, why would a soul choose such an experience late in life? Oh, for a lot of reasons. Patience, tolerance, compassion, those are the reasons that we choose, souls would choose to have that other people, to have compassion and understanding, for them to experience love, for them to experience somebody else taking care of them. There's a lot of reasons souls choose these different things. Okay. Laura Winchert says, my dad passed May of last year, and I'm waiting to hear from him if he is okay. I keep asking him to give me a sign and nothing. So let's talk about that. So a sign, Laura, it could be the wind blowing next to you. It could be the drop of a feather dropping down. It could be a dime on the floor. It could be a book dropping out. It could be all of a sudden lights going like this in the house. Your dad's around. I'm sure he has tried forever. If you get out of your left brain, anybody with a right brain can go, "Oh, look, there's my dad. Oh, look, I just saw him. Oh, yeah, look, I can just feel him." It's a right brain activity. Okay, because God knows, I know He's trying to let you to know that. So don't worry. Okay, He's there, honey. Monica Donlin Hassaman, your birthday's also my birthday. What's going on today? A lot of my birthday people. So again, 4 of clubs, hard workers, very intuitive. We come here to learn everything we can. And Monica, here's a card for you. Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. Now that's the truth. That is the truth here. I love that. Um, Oh, here's this is from Little Debbie. Little Debbie says, "Hi, Kellee. My friend went to her grandma's gravesite and took a picture. Is there any significance to the light? Also, the date was the same day she had visited and wasn't aware that she had passed that day." Wow. So I didn't see the picture, but yeah, the significance of the light would be her grandmother for sure, for sure, absolutely. Um, which is very interesting. So let's see. I've got so many questions here. I don't know which way to go. Um, Laura Wintert says, "Thank you so much. I keep getting bird droppings on my windscreen, and he did own pigeons." Oh, Laura, you just made my night. Yes, for sure. Can you imagine? Okay, I have to tell everybody, this is the wildest thing. My husband and I were looking out our window. I said, "Look at that bird. That's the biggest bird I've ever seen on the ground." And Don said, "I think it's a dove." I said, "A dove? That's like 4 doves. That's not a dove. It's like huge." I'm like, "Get a picture of it." So he gets a picture of it. I'm like, "This is the biggest bird I've ever seen on the ground." And it was a hawk on the ground staring at us, basically. On the ground. You know how hawks are like up in the air flying? You never see them that close up. It was on the damn ground. And the first reading I did, we talked and I said, "I just saw this hawk and I know it's for you." And she said, that my son always comes to me as a hawk." And so it was interesting because her loved ones on the other side had really made this happen, where this hawk was really trying to get my attention. And it did. I never to this day, I've never, this was the other day, saw a hawk. Has anybody seen a hawk just standing there? It's the damnedest thing ever. Anyway, okay, Marta Alvera Fansky, you said 222. So 222, which is a 3 of diamonds, I know that one by heart, is a 3 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds has is what we call the hardest card in the deck. Actually, it's not an easy life one. That is not an easy one, but really creative. It's all about um, it- it's you would have abused power in a previous life, and in this lifetime, it's all about things may not feel fair, but they are what they are. Not an easy life here. But here's a card, honey. And this is discernment. You are developing the skills to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. I love discernment. As a medium, I had to really learn discernment. As anybody who's doing this work has to learn discernment. I think in life you have to learn discernment. What's right, what's not right. Rachel says, I just had an owl just sitting on the tree outside of my front porch, just staring at me a couple of weeks ago. How cool is that? So, an owl represents the female psychic. And when we see the owl, so powerful. So, I'm going to assume, Rachel, that you're a medium or psychic or something like that, because that's a big deal. And Stacy Thompson says, yes, a hawk sat on my backyard fence for 20 minutes recently. So you're being watched over and guided. I mean, isn't that something? I just think that's such a big deal. Jen Sule Garney says, this is my first night catching up live. So her birthday is 5/14. May 14th is a 5 of diamonds. So 5 of diamonds is all about self-worth. The other interesting part of 5 of diamonds is they always are connected with angels. So on December 21, I was saying that it's a really big day for archangels that day and for angels on that day, on that winter solstice. And I bet, Jen, that you have a very interesting, amazing experience with angels. And I bet you have seen many angels. I'll say that. And here's a card for you. Ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. There you go. Okay. Monica Donlin says, my brother died in a horrible car accident on August 6, 1988. He was only 19 years old. I was 17, and I still miss him every day. Is he well, and does he have a message for me? Oh, I just got chills. He's telling me to tell you not to worry. He says, you worry too much. He said, I'm fine. And he says, he's your guide. He's your guide, honey. He's taking care of you. He also takes care of your mother, too. He says, everybody. Um, Paul says, everybody's seen hawks and owls. I get squirrels. We lived in Los Angeles for my whole life till about 2 years ago. And all we had we had a ton of squirrels until the coyotes came in. Once the coyotes came in, there were no more squirrels, only hawks and owls. It's a damn cycle of life, isn't it? How do I see angels? Jen says, how do you see angels? You can feel them around. You can feel them. I've actually seen a few, but you can, if you have to go inward. In fact, it would be great for you to do, or everybody to do, like a guided meditation to bring in angels, to see the angels, to feel the angels. You can go online, and I'm sure there are a lot of guided meditations towards angels. I think that would be really cool. Lee Starr says, I saw an albino bat on the full moon this past October. Okay. I don't even know what to say, but that's transformation right there. An albino bat, there's such a thing, flew around in circles in front of me for several minutes. Okay. So you have got to, Lee, Google, I don't know if it would be albino bat, but bat totem, because a bat totem represents change, transformation. And ironically, we're in this big transformation place. Whoa. That's going to be intense for you. What an amazing thing. Well, everybody, on Monday, James and I are going to be doing mantras. And actually, Renee, our producer, specializes in mantras. So we're going to be talking about mantras. What are they? How do you use them? Do I have one? It's going to be so interesting. And remember, pay attention to this eclipse that's coming up. Pay attention to your energy. Maybe kind of slow things down. Write down your intentions of what you want to let go of and what you want to move into. Okay? It's going to be quite a month. All right. Look forward to seeing you next week. We'll do more readings next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Renee.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.